Yeah, just want to have a look.
Yeah.
So, to be honest with you, are you going to put this on YouTube and stuff? Are you a YouTube
Depends.
brand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome back everybody to another video. So we're here in Croydon today, South London, and we've found this place, look. Beddington Sewage Treatment Work. Now, we visited one fairly recently in Rotherham, and it was absolute state, really bad. So this one will be a good comparison. People commenting on it saying, oh, what do you expect, it's a sewage works, they're all like that. Well, let me tell you, already this one is much cleaner, much cleaner. If you compare the road at the gate at the Rotherham one compared to here, it's night and day. Clean. Let's call them up and let them know what we're doing.
Please wait while your call is connected.
Please wait. See the gas bags over there, look. 4. Quite a big site then.
Hello, Beddington.
Hi mate, do you guys need to know if I'm flying my drone over your site or you not care?
You can't drive over it.
No, sorry, fly.
Fly? What, the drone?
Yeah, do you need to know about it or?
Well, even for you to fly a drone over the site, and if you lost it over the site, I don't think it would be returned to you.
Ah. I mean, if I'm at the gate at the moment, if I stay here and the drone comes over, is it going to be an issue for you guys or not?
Yeah, somebody's coming out to see you now at the gate.
Oh, right, okay.
There's a lorry on its way out, but don't come through the gate. There's somebody on the way to see you.
All right, mate, I'll wait here.
Okay, cheers.
Thanks. Told to wait here. Well, I better get the drone out ready to go, haven't we? Wheels look very clean on that. Washed and everything, look. And the lorry's been told to wait until the gates close. We have a look at these gas bags while we're waiting. Some kind of gatehouse there, look. Safety starts here. They look like the bags to me there. Yeah, they do. Somebody on their way out. To me there. And it's just starting to smell now here. Hello. I'm good, mate. Yeah.
Good?
Yeah. Good news or?
Yeah, just want to have a look.
Yeah.
So, to be honest with you, I really don't mind. Are you going to put this on YouTube and stuff? Are you a YouTube
Depends.
brand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, see those white domes?
Yep.
That's an explosive part of our site. They contain biogas.
Yep. Okay.
I wouldn't want you flying over there.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
Yep.
I don't mind you going over the rest of the site. And obviously, there's lots of open water and stuff. So if your drone comes down, it could drown.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what height you're going to be flying at.
I can stay quite high.
If you can stay, I don't even know what a safe distance is away really.
Yeah, I can stay away.
But if you can, keep away from that part of the site, please, because that's got an explosive atmosphere over there.
Okay.
That's full of biogas, those domes, so we don't
Right.
want anything to happen. So if you could maybe stay this side of the road, at any kind of height.
Yeah, sure, I can do that.
Going around the perimeter, that's fine.
Yep.
And then, really, if you've got your permits and all that sort of
Yeah,
stuff. Proper
yeah.
Drone
Yeah.
person, Okay.
Yeah.
I've got no problem, mate.
Okay, cool.
All
I'll
right.
crack on, mate. Yeah. Thanks for that.
Okay. No worries. If you need anything else, just press the buzzer again.
All right, mate. Thank you.
About the site at all?
Yeah, if you don't mind. I went to a Rotherham one, and it was a state, Yorkshire Water, absolute state, mate. But a lot of people commented saying it'd be good if you could explain what area, like the general process, but I didn't have a clue.
Well, essentially, if you go over there, if you fly your drone over that point, you'll see like a river coming in.
Yeah.
So that's the incoming flows to the works. We treat about 2,200 litres a second.
It's a lot, isn't it?
Every second of every minute of every day.
Wow.
In weather, in rainfall and stuff, that's even more.
Okay.
But essentially, that all comes in, and there's 3 stages of process. So the first lot of circular tanks you see, that's the sort of first. Well, we go through thick screens first. That takes away all your things like tampons and condoms and all the big stuff.
Right.
You don't want that going through the screen. So that
Yeah.
goes through what we call the first screens, and that gets taken out and put into skips.
That's over there, yeah.
It's over
Oh,
there.
skips. I've seen the skips at the other side.
Yeah.
Right.
They just get taken away and taken to landfill.
Right.
And then the liquid essentially just goes through 3 stages of filtration. Then it goes to the primary stage where it's all the sediment settles, and then we take away. That's called sludge, which comes to the bottom of the tanks.
Are they they're normally
Yeah,
rectangle
the
with?
circular ones.
Oh,
yeah.
circular.
Yeah.
Right.
Here they're circular. They can be different on different sides.
And they're quite dirty looking from above.
Yeah.
Got you.
And then what falls to the bottom we call sludge, and then that's actually what gets pumped over to this side of the operation, which is where we sort of dry it out, and then we use it to create the fuel so the site is essentially self-powered. The methane that comes off of those domes is actually what we use to power our engines, and that pretty much powers the whole site, so we're pretty much self-sufficient.
Yeah.
And then the actual dry product, which goes off over that into when you fly, you'll see some. If you can keep away from them, if you go around that way, you'll see some sort of big barns, and that's got what we call cake in it. That's basically dried poo.
Okay.
And that gets dried, and that gets sold back to farmers and stuff, and put back on the field. So the whole sort of process is that. The water side of it, so the first lot of filtration goes through the first bit, and then you'll see some aeration lanes. There's these rectangular lanes with bubbles all coming out.
I've seen those. Yes.
That's where we add.
They're like
yeah.
Right.
That's where we add a lot of bacteria and biology, and all the bugs eat it. They love all that.
Really?
And we put air in it because it stimulates them, so they eat it sort of twice or 3 times as quick as they normally would. And then what comes out of there goes into what we call our final settlement tanks, and there it settles down again. We take our last little remaining sort of sludge, the stuff that goes to the bottom, goes back into our process, and then what comes out there goes through some very, very fine filters at the end and goes out into the River Wandle. So essentially that's the process. It's in a nutshell. It's pretty straightforward. But
so you go into the river?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. All sewage treatment works will either discharge into the sea or into a river. And we're allowed to, and 99.999 times out of 100 it's absolutely fine. We do a good job, and the quality of water that comes out here is exactly the same as the river water. It actually promotes the river, and the Environment Agency obviously look at all that for us as well. So it's it's all good.
That's cool. Good. I didn't know it goes into the river.
Yeah.
I know it's maybe obvious to people, but I didn't know that.
Yeah, all sewage treatment works do. Discharge somewhere, because obviously all that flow coming in has got to go somewhere. So
yeah.
Providing it comes out the other end of the works in a nice, clean condition, then we're good to go.
So now I know that when I go up, I can actually.
Yeah, I mean, actually, you'll see right up in the far corners where what we call our final effluent. That is where it goes out. It goes down a little culvert. You'll probably see.
Okay.
And then the actual discharge into the river is about a mile away, down in sort of towards Mitcham.
Right.
So you wouldn't be able to see that from here, but yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's it really.
I was saying on the video, like out here is a lot cleaner than the Rotherham one, because people were commenting on it saying it's normal for sewage works to be like that, but it was so bad. Just the state of the outside of the place was bad.
No, this is a really good site. I mean, you probably picked quite a good one, I think.
But from here, it looks a lot cleaner than the other side. The road, the gates, the condition of your buildings is better.
Yeah.
Generally gives a better impression than if the whole place is run down and rusty and all sludge along the road. Not from the sewage, but they hadn't cleaned the road or nothing, you know.
Yeah.
Quite bad.
So if you've got any questions, just buzz on the buzzer and I'll come back out and
okay, mate. Yeah. I'll get the drone up and have a little look.
Please, nothing near that.
I'll stay away from that. Yeah. You've got to be reasonable, haven't you, when you're doing it? I mean, I don't have to go over there.
No, if you can look on the diagonal, that'd be really helpful.
Yeah. Stay away from them.
All right, mate, perfect.
No, Royce, thanks for the information, my friend. Cheers, man. A very informative chap. I'm quite glad he came back and offered some information, because I'll be honest, much as we like the positive videos, when somebody comes out and says, I don't have a problem with you flying over, and they walk back in, it doesn't really make for a very interesting video. For me, if it's going to be positive, what I mean by that is if it's going to be like no objection to the flying or the cameras, really it needs to be informative, or a tour or something interesting, not just a case of we can't stop you doing it, crack on, because it just means that the education of all these different videos going out is working. People know the score, but it's not interesting to watch. Whereas what he gave us, because I've done a few of these now, and I'm probably going to do a few more, for me it's quite interesting to know the process. So just reading up here, the Beddington sewage treatment works, managed by Thames Water, has been the centre of several environmental concerns in recent years. Diesel spill incident, February 2025. A significant diesel spill, 4,000 litres, entered the River Wandle via the Beddington sewage works. The spill caused extensive environmental damage, affecting wildlife and undoing years of conservation efforts. Well, I wish I'd have known that when he was out here. Thames Water data indicates a substantial increase in raw sewage discharges into rivers, with nearly 300,000 hours recorded in 2024, up from 196,000 hours in 2023. Very interesting. Well, it's time to get the drone up, guys, so let's get the drone up and get out of here.
Hold point updated.
Here we go, there's the gas bags, look. Now this site looks quite neatly laid out.
Altitude reached.
Same over here. It's the first start of the process. Right there. So yeah, they're the circular ones he was talking about, where essentially the first real drop off of all the stuff. And the skips. But look how much cleaner this site is. There's the air ingested water full of the bacteria, eating all the nasty stuff. And there's a lot, isn't there? And the aerating the water apparently speeds up the eating process. Looks like there's a gas bag missing. Or a tank there that was there and it's not there anymore. I don't think it's there anyway. Maybe it's a baby one. Yeah, it might be a baby one. Methane provides power for the engines. Is that the dry matter which goes out to the farmers maybe over there? Yeah, I think probably is. But the condition of this place compared to Rotherham is definitely night and day, isn't it? People are saying it's normal. It's definitely not normal how that place was. Looks like there's a filtration process going on here. Look at that. Not nice. It looks like the finished process for these guys is over there. Looks a lot cleaner, doesn't it?
Max altitude reached.
Than these here. That's got to be the finished product, give or take. It starts over there, to there, to there. All I'm curious is where the skips are with the little extractors. Yeah, they've definitely been prepared here for auditing, haven't they? Or they've had it before, possibly. He was very well versed. Yeah, this is where the sludge maybe comes in, stored in these, possibly, and then pumped, or the gas extracted, and then I presume it's compressed in there. What a weird reaction we've had at the other one in Rotherham. Crazy reaction. Here,
Max altitude reached.
literally the opposite reaction. Just goes to show it's unjustified when they act crazy. I think it's time for the photo and we're going to get ourselves out of here. It's a beautiful day for flying today. Basically no wind and nice and warm and sunny. There it is. Go and check out the photo on Google Maps if you want to have a good look at the 360 photo. Hello.
Measuring something?
I've got a drone up.
Drone?
I'm just being nosy with the drone, yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
What is that for something?
just for me.
For oh.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's not for the Thames water. Yeah.
Oh, right.
I know you've got some gas bags there.
Yeah.
I'll have a look at them. A question I've got for you. You may be able to answer me. I know the process you've got. I've seen stages.
Yeah.
Where are your skips that take out the first process that you take out, like the rubbish? Because I couldn't see them.
Just behind that.
Oh, they're just here.
Yeah.
There's a process here with like a thin trough of water going through a filter. Is it near there?
The other, I don't ever think I should be talking to you really, but
Well, one of your bosses had came out and he explained the process.
right. You see these things here that are going, the blue things right in front that are going round.
Yeah, I think we're over it. Is it right there?
Oh God, I can't really see. Those two pits probably there.
Oh, right. Yeah.
In the bottom they've got scrapers
Oh, right.
and they scraping, it's channeled out towards the two, what they call it, I call it, well, don't know what they call them, detritus really.
Yeah.
The scraper channel the grit that falls in the bottom, the heavy stuff,
Right.
over to the, and they got like an elevator and they
Right.
take it up over the top into a skip.
Ah.
All the rag that
I couldn't see the
I don't-
skips. Yeah.
yeah, they're right behind the wall because they go up over and drop down in.
Oh, does it?
And you
Right.
see the red one you can see over there, that's a big skip. That's all
Oh, the red one.
what we call rag.
Oh,
which is
I can see them now. There.
Tampons, yeah, there's two of them.
Those.
Yeah.
Ah, right.
The stuff gets compacted into them and
Yeah.
they get emptied two times a week.
Wow, that's a lot then.
Fucking lot.
A lot of waste, yeah?
It is tons and you'll be surprised how much it is.
Your boss explained the processes, but basically I looked at it as it starts here and it goes across.
Yeah, it comes in from three different sources. You've got one right over there,
Yeah.
one over there and one up there.
Oh, right.
Now all the sewage comes in the back. You see the four things or the six things in front, you can just see the top, the blue bits.
Yeah.
Well, that's like tunnels.
Right.
They go through there and then it's shaped like that.
Yeah.
Water comes in, it hits the back there and it goes through. There's all these tiny little holes about that big, but there's about 200 in each bit.
Right.
The water pours out the side and all the heavy stuff sticks to the side.
Right.
And they come up like that, get to the top, tip it all in a trough, and that's what comes down into them two big skips.
Right.
So we've got 6 of them screens doing that
Okay.
constantly.
It's difficult to see from above.
Because it's not raining, there'll only probably be 3 running at the moment,
Right.
but they're going 24/7 all the time. And then the grit, as I say, gets pushed into that part.
And the only thing that I don't remember him explaining is those.
Aeration, yeah.
Is that the first process, or is
So
that?
that's near enough the last. 'Cause
So that's the last.
once
Oh,
they've
yeah.
gone through there,
Yeah.
the water goes on down the channel, and then there's 8 tanks like that, 4 and
Yes.
4, yeah. They go into these tanks.
So you explained about them.
Right, the water comes
Yep.
into them first,
Yeah. Okay.
comes up there and goes over.
Yeah.
All the heavy stuff drops to the bottom.
Right.
Gets
So they're
all
for
shaped
dropping to the
downwards,
bottom, yeah.
and the scrapers again.
You can see on that one's empty. You can see the.
Yeah, all the big thick stuff gets moved down the other end and processed. That's what's made in what they call cake, and that goes out to farmers' fields eventually.
That's on the far side, I think. On the.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's all over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I
all
worked
the-
that bit out.
all the water
Yeah.
gets sent when it's been all the main stuff's come out. It
Yeah.
gets sent to there,
For the bacteria.
aeration, and they take out, and then they purify it enough to go back into river.
And then the ones on the far side, which look a
That's
lot
where-
cleaner.
That is the final stuff. It goes through this
Yep.
and goes same as it does. Come out in the middle,
Yep.
overflows into there, and then it just goes down that and goes out to river.
And then they're stored in those far ones and just.
Yeah, and they just keeps constantly
Right.
going over and over and over. But it also goes through one more process
Oh, does it?
farther down, which is a lot finer screening,
Oh, right.
and it takes out the final bit.
It's quite
and
quite a
then
complex
river.
process, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's not just chuck it in. There is, when you see that thing on telly, it makes us look shit.
Is it?
What they showed, and then when you come in, and if they was to follow it like properly and say, right, here it is, like, that's failed because of that. That's failed because of that. You know.
Yeah, it's a big process, isn't it?
But, oh yeah.
So those,
Electricity bills are massive.
those, you're saying that that's one of the last processes, yeah?
Air. Yeah, that is
Those square ones that are kind
Oh.
of dirty looking, almost, aren't they?
right.
More than anything.
They're air. They're all those those are air bubbles because it's
Oh, is it?
those are
We got it,
treated
didn't
by bacteria, and you've got different types of bacteria do different bits.
Oh, I didn't know that was the bacteria.
Yeah, so the stuff comes in, we treat it with air. It depends on what type of bacteria they got. They get a load of air or a little bit. If you see it's
so-
quite high there.
So that's
it goes
them, the
down.
bacteria's in there,
Yeah,
but then that one next to it, that's the one I couldn't work out what it is. Algae in there.
it's quite a lot of algae. Yeah,
That's
That
on the
is-
very, very back.
yeah.
So is that the start or the end process? It looks more like a
Yeah.
start, no?
No, yeah. Well, it goes up, down, out,
Oh, right.
up, down, out. So
So what are
Yeah.
they for? Those? Because they're quite...
they do the same thing.
Oh, right.
The water disappears down the bottom. It don't go over the top with any
Right.
green. It all goes underneath.
Okay.
But in that water is all the brown is the bacteria.
Oh, right, so the bacteria are in that one then?
Are all in that.
The one that goes along that way?
Yeah. But
Right.
they what die off and make the muck and get fed into there.
Okay.
And the muck, how should we say, the muck gets put in down the bottom, gets treated, goes into those gas bags.
Yeah.
As they deteriorate, that's to give off like everything in it.
The gas. Yeah, yeah.
And that.
Yeah.
And then we take the gas and run engines or send it back to the grid and get paid whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we never have enough, we always got to pay, but we've got so much. But,
So the ones that are bubbling up, proper frothing up,
yeah.
they're aerated. He
Yeah,
explained...
the whole lot is aerated.
Battery
Yeah.
Right.
It's all aerated
Aircraft will
at
return to the
different,
home point in 10
So I'm
seconds.
just going to bring that down.
different amounts.
Been up a while.
We've got a load of air to start with,
Landing.
and they feed
Oh,
one type of bug likes loads of air, so you have loads of air.
So they
then it
feed
gets
quicker?
Less and less. Well,
Oh.
it depends. We've got loads of different types of bugs because they all eat different parts of the stuff.
right.
So you've got the first bit should have no air, and the bugs that are in there, that makes them with no air. That makes them active, and they eat one bit.
So they're the ones on the far back that look proper dark.
Where it's flat, yeah. And then it
Ah.
goes up, a load of air, and different bug, then another bit, and then it goes
I
down
see.
again, and different bugs become active, and they eat different parts of it. I mean, that's something that's been going on for years. This is
Interesting,
what
isn't
what they found out in laboratories and this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You do this, you do that, and if you put that in, I mean, they're still experimenting now with different
Are
things,
they?
but I think that's the best that they've come up with at the moment.
Yeah, yeah. I visited a Rotherham plant, Yorkshire Water.
Oh,
Filthy.
right. Yeah.
People were saying on the comments of the video, oh, it's normal, but even the road was disgusting on the way in.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be dirty, you
Well,
know,
this
here, does
is-
it? It's
Yeah, but I think was it a big site or not, or a little?
not as big as here.
No. But this is because it's a main site.
Is it a main one, yeah?
And you've got low, but you go to these little ones in the country. It's literally a dirt track with 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So you just pot luck really.
But even inside, like the state of the buildings was just so run down. I mean, here, you know, you do the same job, but from the outside,
Oh, yeah,
it's well kept.
We've had a fair bit done and all that. But
Oh, I read up about a diesel spillage February this year.
put down the road.
Was it down the road? I didn't read where it was. I just did a quick
I know,
Google on it.
because it came in. I think we rang up about it.
Oh, it wasn't in there then. It came in through you.
Through, yeah, because
Ah,
we
right.
noticed it when it come in.
Yeah.
We got in that control room. Blokes got cameras all around the site.
Right.
You can see on there what's coming in. So and then they ring up, and I think they reckon it's when they wash the lorries out down there.
Right. 4,000 litres approximately.
Yeah.
Is a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, something come out.
So it came in the water, or it came in.
No,
In
from
from the
the
land.
drains.
Right.
They just flush it down the drain and
Right.
it will come in. Yeah, we get loads of. Yeah, we get the blame, but it's the same. stuff coming in from all over. You think how far you've got all that factory lot there. All
Yeah,
that
yeah,
lot over
yeah.
there.
Yeah, the
This-
Google search made out like it was here.
He's come from that.
But
Definitely not. We ain't got nothing like 4,000 litres.
I wouldn't say where would the diesel come from if it was from you. It doesn't make
It
sense.
would have been a tanker if it was here, but no, it's come from down the road.
Right.
Because we rang up about it, I think. And then we have to shut down a bit and try and contain it in one
Yeah.
bit and try and release it a bit at a time. So we send it to the storm tank,
Right.
which is right at the back, which holds it, and then release it a little bit at a time. So it comes back round and goes through the process.
Oh, so you put it through the process?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it'll go through. It'll go through as like released as a
Slowly.
controlled amount,
Right.
rather than loads of it come in.
Yeah, makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
That's good, mate. Thanks for the information.
That's all right.
I think one of your bosses came out. I think he was a boss.
Probably because we've got a new boss. So
Came out and he said, "Yeah, fly over, no problem." And he explained kind of where things were. But at that point, I hadn't gone over. So now I've gone over, and you came out. I couldn't quite remember quite where each place was that he mentioned.
It sort of starts there and goes round to the back, and then this side I call the water side,
This side, the water side, yeah.
and that side's the
Solid, yeah.
solids, which makes the gas. So that's all the gas bags and all that. And all that. See that green tank you can see there? That's full of shit, basically.
Oh, the green one's there.
The big tall one at the back.
Yeah, is there two?
Yeah, there's two. One,
I saw them.
Yeah, like that big one's full of shit.
So that's full of sludge.
Sludge.
I thought so.
exactly. Shit.
I guessed.
And then that goes through the process and gets.
The gas is extracted
It's-
from the.
Well, it goes through 2 or 3 processes, and then it gets put in them gas bag bits, and then it stays there and gradually breaks down.
Is it compressed?
Yeah, we got compressors and.
It's compressed
loads of
gas,
bits
yeah.
Like that, so that goes through, and then it runs engines at the back.
So it would be flammable then, because it's compressed as well.
Yeah, it's what was it, methane, I suppose.
Not necessarily explosive, but if it went up, it would go bang,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah. I think they've got.
Do you have a lot of safety procedures if you're going into that area? Yeah.
You're supposed to wear like, gas monitors and stuff.
That's a good. Yeah, that's
They used to have traffic lights, but I don't know if they need redoing.
All right. Okay.
Like red, green, yellow. Like if it's red, don't go in.
Oh, because the gas. Yeah.
If it's yellow, all right with your monitor, and that. If it's
Yeah,
green,
yeah.
Normally all right.
Cool. Well, thank you for my friend. I'm gonna finish now. I'm gonna go.
Okay,
But have a good day.
Cheers.
Thanks. All right, guys, we're gonna go. We got everything explained in the end. Hopefully it made sense, because I know on some of it he was explaining it to me and the drone was not recording. I was looking on my drone screen, checking where he was telling me, but I wasn't actually filming it. And then at one point I started to record again. So I think combined what I've got, it'll make sense to people. Hopefully, anyway. There's no point taking the drone back up again and now that I know, explaining again. No point. We are going to move on, guys. So thank you very much to Thames Water here for being accommodating, for being polite, and for being very informative. Thank you for that. And I'll catch you lot, the viewers, tomorrow.